going to do the thing
Mm-hmm.
Do you
as
want
we
us
were
to voice?
always meant to do.
Do you
As
want
we
us
were
to
always
test the
meant-
volume on the stream?
We can if we want. I just checked, and we are in fact making noise. So
Okay. Just
Um,
last time I was crazy loud and
Testing 1 2. Testing 1
Yes,
2.
we
test.
destroy the eardrums of Twitch
Yeah, but
with
then also
intention.
you guys
Matt
do sound better to
and-
me today.
Okay.
I'm also I removed the noise gate that I was streaming with that was eating some things that I didn't want it to eat. So so
It is secret.
we'll see.
There are secret lines. The Elithids can only speak in our
We'll
brains,
see how that
which is
goes.
why Twitch can't
I
hear.
like that the council of mouse cursors gathering around the eclipse.
Mhm.
Nice to see you guys today.
Oh no, we're falling in.
That's called orbit.
Ah!
All right. So I usually I would be like, let's talk about what happened last time, but let's do it differently. Cyrus, what happened to you last time?
Do I get to recap, or should I call someone and tell
You
them
get
what
to
happened last
recap.
time?
You get to recap what happened to you.
Because I woke up in a strange place and but the kobold was there, and I was really worried that the kobold was gonna die, so I had to protect him, but I was scared. But anyways, it was good news though. It was like I was at a temple. It was like a temple I trained at for Bahamut near Glenn's Landing. And we went inside, but like we could hear some of those creatures were coming. So I was trying to find a place to hide the kobold so I wouldn't get killed. And there was a closet with a big angry thing in it. So I decided not to open the door with the big angry thing in it. And I went in another room and there was an illithid and that was scary. But then the big angry thing came to the door and it was Dork. Anyway, he saved us. And the kobold didn't die. I saved him.
Nice.
Brando.
Brando got whisked to an empty field, with mountains on one side, ocean on the other. Tried repairing his backpack as why can't I remember our gnome friend's name for a sec?
Oh, Jasper.
Huh?
Jasper.
Jasper, yes. Jasper was his aide, prevented Brando from killing himself because rats showed up with their tops of their heads cut off. They were like illithid rats.
Yep.
So Brando was originally going to follow him, and then Jasper's like, no, don't do that. So Brando made it for the trees. Something did start appear and start stalking him. And as Brando was readying to fight this thing, a frog, a magnificent frog, showed up and came to his rescue. I think she was a bard or a rogue or something. And she was like Alberto.
But not, she didn't like that name.
Female.
Huelga.
And anyhow,
Huelga.
they fought the beast, but the beast had eaten 9 brains, so the beast was pretty powerful.
There it is.
There she is.
Never delete that. But anyhow, with enough ingenuity, because it was a very tricksy monster, we managed to down it. And then we met a goblin before Brando made the call.
Wild, what happened to you?
So, one moment, I was in the snow place, and then the next moment, there was a big flash of white light. And then I was on top of a mountain. And then I fell down the mountain
Oh.
badly. Very badly. So maybe there was a choice after roll disadvantage dexterity. You know, there was a or and the already clicked disadvantage dexterity, and and then that was what was it, a 3? A 2?
It wasn't enough, is what it was.
Yeah, like it was bad. It was bad. Oh yeah, no, that was a D20. No, that was the other D20. You did 11. Rolled 11, and that's not enough to stop you from falling down a whole mountain.
Yeah.
So, while I was falling, I stuck my arms out, and then I kind of lost the right one. And then I only had one arm left, so I was just like, better use my legs next time. So on the next rock, I put my leg out, and then I put the other leg out, and then that kind of twisted in between a rock, and then I only have one leg now. I'm at the bottom of the mountain. That's good.
Yay, progress.
You
Um,
got
I
You got a
kind of
hand back,
half
right?
I kind of half expected you to be like, so I was at the top of a mountain, and then I was at the bottom of a mountain.
It's at the bottom of the mountain, you know. And I think the Silkblood's helmet is on the mountain still, if I am not mistaken, DM.
No.
No.
It either
Put it
landed
on,
next to you or you're still wearing it miraculously.
Oh God, it's so
Mhm.
good, delicious.
Oh, wait, though, good news, because it probably took you a good 5 minutes to fall down that mountain, right? So maybe now you're attuned to it.
5 minutes?
I don't know. How big is the mountain?
No, Cyrus, I felt very, very fast. I was quick,
Okay.
quickly down.
All right, never mind then.
Oh, yeah, by the way, I wasn't looking for either my foot or my hand. I kind of hoped foot, because I'd like to walk, but I found hand. That's a good, it's plus.
Mhm.
And then while I was crawling in the snow, I cast a magical spell, and I learned that there was a cabin in the woods.
Whoa.
So I crawled to the cabin. And I think that's where I left off, yes?
Yeah, you're crawling towards some structure. It's a ways away, but
There's
you
somebody there.
you get there in a bit. And Zakar and Pemberley, what happened to you guys?
Well, Zakar saw a low-key, high-key apocalypse happening before his eyes and grabbed the closest near and dear thing to him, which was Brando, and tried to go and hide in the wine cellar, which, plot twist, did not work.
Nope.
And so Zakar gets teleported without a Brando somewhere over on one of like the coastlines of Dhaka, which is not terrible. And he has approximately enough time to take inventory of himself and realize that he is in one piece, still has all of his general usual possessions and kit with him. And then the Mind Flayers appeared. And we're like, hey, we found the Raven bitch boy. Fucking kill him because he's too dangerous to keep alive. Pemberley?
Uh,
And then
yeah, Pemberley kind of woke up in a very, very beautifully constructed area, and it was didn't know where she was, and then or no, I didn't know where I am, and anyway, but then there was this lady, very kind of cool goth chic going on. Said her name was Greta the Thimble, and she wanted to help me, but her version of helping me was like stabbing me through, and that wasn't very helpful. So, and she also tried to trap me in there, and that wasn't very fun either. So, so I sort of just teleported myself out of that area, just noped right out, and then I saw my dear friend Zakar getting ganged up on by a whole bunch of illithids. So I started blasting. Uh, And after that, I guess Greta, she seemed a little bit persistent, and I sort of hamster balled her, and then she got so impatient she turned into a whole bunch of fungus. So yeah, and I incinerated that fungus, and so my best friend Baron Zakara and I are sort of catching up and seeing what the fuck just happened.
Weird.
And that brings us to the here and now.
Mhm.
Now, it sounds to me as if a couple of you at this point, it has occurred to you at this point, maybe you should pick up a sending stone, contact a friend. Who has that notion at this point?
Yo.
Cyrus.
Okay. Yeah, and Brando, if it hadn't been made clear to you before, you do not have the blue sending stone that
Okay.
we think would
Somehow
have
I
linked
do
you to
not have
Wilhelm, but you do have one other sending stone on your person. And sorry, Cyrus, did you also want to contact somebody?
Yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
call Zakar.
Okay, I'm gonna have Zakar and Brando and Cyrus just roll initiative so we could decide who gets there first.
Okay. Where's my initiative?
Time is a weird soup at this stage, so this is all just formality.
There's no
Hell
combat
yeah,
encounter.
dude. Fair enough.
No combat encounter in my currently viewed scene.
Yep.
Well, I can. All right.
That's okay. Ignore that. I don't know.
Plus 20.
Plus 20.
Yeah, no, plus
Dang.
20 because that's how my brain is doing right now.
I don't think
okay.
that's your initiative.
No, it's
He's so
not.
thirsty, guys.
Decorated as the car is. Yeah. Just make it. Initiative's just dexterity,
Okay.
you guys. So.
Okay.
I don't know how I did that one. Keep it real.
Well, obviously you had the number 20 on the brain. All right.
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay. So yeah, this
okay,
all tracks.
That is not what that is.
Okay.
Because
Should I roll dexterity too?
I think you're just
Todd,
crawling, aren't you, Wild?
What is the
Why do you
R in
have
the...
a +1 +3?
I want to know what that R is.
I have no
120
idea.
R plus...
Okay,
yeah.
well you did an ability check. That's not initiative, bro.
Well, initiative
You
doesn't.
told us that you did.
Initiative doesn't work because there's no
not
combat
in
happening
combat.
right now.
Yeah, there is no combat scene.
It didn't work for us.
It's fine. I got what I wanted. So,
Okay.
Zakar, I'm going to turn the floor over to you.
Nice.
Never mind.
I have advantage on initiative.
So you also want to get your hands on a sending stone, Wild?
No, I don't have one. I'm sorry. I didn't. I just wanted to be included.
According to my notes, you totally have one.
You do.
Is it not stolen? Was that not the blue one?
No.
No. The one you have is orange. It links you to Brando.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Look, it's entirely. Look, here's the thing. We all have our own ideas about what the deal is with the sending stones, and all of us are wrong. So we're making it up because it's a game of make believe.
I tried to take very careful notes.
All right.
To Brandon.
Okay, we'll start with Zakar.
Okay.
And I will
Okay. So, picking up from where Pemberley and Zakar left off on the coast of Dhaka, littered around us the fucking corpses of mind flayers and a sphere of goo that may or may not have once been Greta the Thimble. Zakar reaches for his cluster of sending stones, all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them.
We're gonna need to get you one of those like Yu-Gi-Oh, like that thing they wear on the arm that just had,
the dual disc.
Yes, that's what it's called.
Oh
yeah.
no! It's like he has them like basically tied into like a bolo at this point. Like it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
The Infinity Bolo.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. So 4 sending stones, which is allegedly going to go out to Devin, Cyrus, Mizoga, and the Raven Queen.
Mm-hmm.
And he will not calmly in the like for the purposes of specifically Cyrus here. If you are alive and conscious at this point, you're going to get a very aggressive message, something to the effect of everyone, status report. Who's still alive and what the fuck just happened?
Zakar! What? What? I thought we had more time. What happened? Also, I found Rourke, and also I have the kobold. Where are you?
Okay. I don't know what happened. That's what I'm like. Where's Brando? He would be the one to know this. He didn't say anything about this with the fucking Mechanus.
He's not with me.
Shit. Well, we're somewhere on the coast of Dhaka. I have Pemberley with me. Where are you and Rourke?
We're near Glenn's Landing, I think. If I have time to rest, I can prepare sending and try to call somebody else, but I have to rest for that first.
Don't worry about it. Pemberley's got it covered for right now. I'll let you
Okay.
know if what we can find out. What?
Yo.
Yo.
Oh,
Still.
okay.
Uh, should we? Should I? I'd like to go back to town, go to Glenn's Landing, and see if anyone needs help. Is that, or where should I go?
That's fine. Just get somewhere safe.
Okay.
Obviously, I think this whole situation is completely scrambled, like top to bottom. So we're gonna have to organize things as best as we can where we are and make sense of it from here.
Got it.
DM.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone else respond?
That's really up to you. I think you could really only I'm gonna say you should talk to one person at a time. So we'll say that was your interaction with the green stone.
Mhm.
Who else do you want to? Who would you contact next?
Well, my fucking subclass is gone, so I guess let's go with the Raven Queen.
Okay. Hang on, checking notes.
Fell down a mountain. Sorry.
Okay, you pick up the stone. What are you saying to it?
Away message.
No, we're starting on the same note of status report. What the fuck happened? That is what the Raven Queen would hear.
Okay. I think there's a long pause before you get a response. Whom am I speaking to?
Oh.
Pemberley would observe Zakar visibly, like, just the word I'm going to use, and you probably have never seen this on Zakar, is like, oh, that man is very suddenly crestfallen. That is bad. That is not good news of whatever just went through his brain.
Maybe she just got shuffled too.
Hey, you okay, big guy? What'd you say?
Zakar throws the stone into the dirt and just points to Pemberley. Don't touch that. Next.
Okay, now I'm fucking confused.
Next stone will be Mazoga.
Okay. Boss. Boss, you good?
I mean, 5 mind flayers and a weird goth doll later, yeah, I'm okay.
All right, so we're not the only people dealing with weird things. Good. That actually feels much better.
Yeah, Cyrus is over by Glenn's Landing. Where are you? We're Little Goblin and I are over by the coast of Dhaka.
Not 100% sure. We're in some kind of god-awful jungle at the moment. Trying to keep our heads down. I say there are some other randos here I've linked up with. We're trying to make our way quietly along the coast. Just trying to get our bearings. We have no idea where we are right now.
Okay, keep going then.
All right.
Stay safe, get safe.
Yeah, I'll be in touch.
Okay. Next stone, Davin.
Okay. When Davin responds, he is frantic and practically yelling at you. I mean, the assumption is that it's all telepathic communication, but it is.
You can shout at someone in your head.
Yeah, oh yeah, it definitely comes across as like this is a guy like trying to yell into a radio while gunfire's happening in the background. Like it has that kind of vibe to it. And he's like, Baron, what's going on?
I have no idea, but this is definitely the thing that we've been trying to fight this whole time.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Well, God, where to begin? Shit's fucked. That's probably not news.
Where are you?
Not 100% sure. There's a lot of people here. We've gathered up in some kind of fortress on the coast. But I'm not gonna lie to you, boss. It's like a war zone here. A lot of us are hunkered down, and a lot of them are outside, putting up the good fight right now. But it's
against what?
I don't know, man. Big bad monsters.
It's purple tentacles, yeah.
Sure, I've seen a few of them.
Yeah, okay, same things came for me over on the coast of Dhaka here.
Okay, great.
All right, well. Don't die, get safe.
All right. You do this. You the same.
Yeah. If you find anything, I'm here. Okay. Next stone.
And that's the conversation with Davin.
Conversation with Davin. As the car turns to Pemberley, and it's like, yeah, everyone's just as fucked as us right now.
My God.
So, and we have 2 unaccounted for. So,
Ooh.
that's up to you.
Okay, who first?
Well, if anyone is going to have any chance of answering this right now, it's Brando. So, let's start with that. While he turns around and points back to the stone, the raven stone that he threw into the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
What was that for? What happened?
Oh, it's not with the Raven Queen anymore. And he like says like, and I, and like does his usual kata that like you've seen him do when he activates Halo of Light, which doesn't happen. and I'm back to normal. So
That
it's
could mean a lot of different things. I mean, maybe she's distracted. Maybe she's like away. I mean, or she's in a place where you can't access her powers. It doesn't mean. Just don't assume the worst, okay?
it could mean a lot of things, but none of them are good. Moving on.
It's true.
There is something on the other end of that, though. And that's the. Well, it's capable of talking. And I don't know how I feel about that right now.
Want me to? I mean, I could try to dispel it. Cut off the communication there. If you want me to.
I think I'd sooner have you scry on it, but that's a problem for a bit later.
Like your way of thinking. Yeah.
No.
Just-
Right now, sending spell to Brando, please.
Aye, Baron.
All right.
Uh,
Before we do that bit, Brando, you had initiative. So while Zakar is having all of these conversations,
Yeah.
you have one. Brando, you're going to pick up the one standing stone you have.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
Take it
Let me
away.
ring my friend or friends.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I had an extra sending stone here. Well, I'm down to one. Hello. I think this is Wild Sending Stone. Are you there?
Brando. Brando.
Oh,
Hello?
are you okay, buddy?
No. But, I mean, I'm fine. I'm in the snow.
Oh no, the snow.
Yeah.
Anything else around you?
I'm crawling towards like a what do you call those buildings? A building. Hut?
A building.
Cabin? Cabin.
A cabin.
Yeah. I'm gonna go see if somebody's home.
Can Brando, I almost feel like making a history check. Because
What?
the only cabin I remember is where we have that dark elf, or that person that made the plank run away. That's the only one that I can think of in the snow.
Well, I mean,
probably most houses in the snow are cabins.
here are several points of clarification. A, cabins exist.
Yeah.
Yep.
B, snow exists.
Yes.
Mm.
C, I never said the word cabin.
Oh, a structure of some kind.
Oh,
Also, Brando, more importantly, do you have all of your limbs?
Yes. No, I only have 4.5 limbs right now, but otherwise I'm good.
Oh.
Brando is counting his copter as a limb,
Oh.
but he hasn't explained the copter to Wild yet. So
I'll take it that that's all of your parts. I am down 2. I am down 2.
you are. Wait, which two are you down?
I'm down a leg and I'm down an arm.
I.
I found my hand though.
You know what? At least you can still move, and at least you can still gather things. But I don't think I'm anywhere near you. I'm closer to, I think, Fairbrook.
Oh. You should go to Fairbrook. And if you could contact anybody else, I'm gonna go see if I can put my hand on my foot maybe and have hand feet.
I managed to find allies if you're able to. I don't know if it's a good thing to call out randomly, but it might be better than just waiting there to die.
Oh, no, 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 no. I'm gonna crawl over there. You know how it is.
See what you can do. I don't know if you have the means to put yourself together, but if you see something that's not tentacly or not made of brains, then I think you might be able to call for help. It is better than just dying out in the cold, although I don't think the cold bothers you.
The cold doesn't bother me that much. I mean, but I appreciate it, Brando. I'm definitely gonna try not to die.
When I get to Fairbrook, I'll repair my fifth limb and I'll see if we can get you help.
And you'll
But
let
yeah.
everybody know that I've died tragically in the snow. I promise I will not die in the snow. If anything, I'm gonna see if I could find like some kind of wild animal, and then I will coax it over to me.
Okay, have them carry your limbs or something. Maybe you'll find a polar
Yes,
bear.
yes.
But yes, don't die or else I'm going to kill you.
All right, no worries, buddy. Stay safe and keep your limbs in check.
That I shall. And keep me updated on what you find.
Okay.
All right, I think that'll be it for now.
And shortly thereafter, Brando, you would receive a message, a sending spell.
Is this just one way back and forth, or does it act like a sending stone?
This does not act like a sending stone. This is a single message, up to 25 words.
Okay, so I'm going to need
which
to
you
type
can
stuff out.
which you can then respond in kind. Pemberley, what is the sending?
Brando. God, I hope you're okay. Aaron Fuckface and I are in Dhaka.
Feel free to type it out first.
Fuckface is one word, by the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm counting that as one.
Yeah. Okay.
Raven Queen might not be here. You okay? Heard from anyone?
Untapped wild.
Oh fuck. 25.
Yeah. Last two words are, oh, fuck.
Untapped wild. Please bad news first. I'm okay. Found two allies near, heading to Fairbrook. Counting that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's see.
Limbs full.
um,
Wild limbs. Bad.
let's see. Heading to Fairbrook. This is different from Mechanus. And then how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Let's see. This popped into my mind, and this might be a very bad idea. And that's
That's all
within my limit, and I'm trying to think of where else. Since it's only a one-way spell,
What is the message you've come up with?
I'll press enter.
Found aliens heading to Fairbrook. This is different than mechanic. Contact Asmodeus?
Contact Asmodeus question mark.
Wait, where is it?
It is
Oh,
in
I
the
have it in
Foundry
the
chat.
Oh,
Yep. You should voice act it, Todd, because it's sending, right?
Yeah.
Contacted Wild. He's badly hurt. I probably have enough room to say down 2 limbs. I'm okay. Found allies. Heading to Fairbrook. This is different from Mechanus. Contact Asmodeus?
Asmodeus.
Mephisto?
she says it from she relays a message verbatim to Zakar.
Zakar listens intently, and it's like, okay, well, that's good. Asmodeus!
That's where I was like, this might be a bad idea.
Hey, I mean, information's information, right?
You can see the incandescent rage processing through a very still Zakar, trying to both swallow and process what Brando is getting at, until finally he kind of half relaxes and is like, okay, fine, Brando, I get it. The devil you know versus the one you don't. Like, kicks the ground.
It came to me because Cyrus did tell us what happened. Like Asmodeus was trying to bring us all together.
Oh, yeah. It's not out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
In
Oh,
Brando's
yeah.
mind, he'd be the last option, but I think we're down to the last option.
I mean, hey man, you don't got to explain yourself out of character right now. And it's like, out of character. If you think I haven't thought about it too, like, yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean.
Sure, y'all got souls to sell.
Shut up, Cyrus. Anyway,
I was indoctrinated into a cult of his for like the entirety of my life. So trust me, I get your reservations. But yeah, like he lives in this universe too, and if everything gets eaten by a giant moon, then so I think he
Yeah.
has a vested interest as well.
Well, according to Cyrus, yeah. I'm more concerned about Wild. I mean, Wild's conscious, so I guess I really shouldn't be that concerned, but
Yeah, I'm good. Pemsent does ascending to Wild.
Okay.
Also, Ali, could
What
you
was your
also
desires?
retype what you told me earlier? Because I do better in visuals.
Yeah,
Go ahead
yeah.
and send to Cyrus first, or whomever.
Let's see.
20 words are always a pain in the ass.
Yep. Yeah,
thought
I
it was
had to type
25.
this out and count.
25.
Yeah, I think it's 25.
Mhm.
Oh, 25.
25.
I mean, still limited, but
Yeah.
but I mean, like, when you start think about it in like tweet form, like you can get a lot out of that,
Mhm.
actually.
Yeah, you do have
Mhm.
to like stop and think about it,
do.
to make it into 25.
Mhm.
There was an ongoing joke on Crit Roll where they had a cleric who they relied on for sending a lot, and she had no filter.
Oh, great.
She would chew through those 25
Yeah.
words You know,
Should be
just by
mid-sentence, that's the best
by
part, yeah.
opening her mouth.
You pooping? Oh yeah, that was the great thing. Like if she finished early, she'd be like, "Oh, I've still got 3 words left. Are you
You
pooping?"
pooping?
Yep.
Yeah.
But I'm a bigger fan of like when she'd be in the middle of a sentence, being like, "Hey, are you guys going to blank?" It's a good time.
Good news.
I should have relayed where Wild was.
According to Twitch's bitrate monitor, this stream is unstable, which is
Hooray!
actually good. That's exactly where I want it to be.
Okay.
Because we're
Hell
dope.
yeah, dude.
Because we're too powerful to be handled by.
Hmm.
Oh
Which-
yeah, clearly. That's what that means.
I got it.
Okay.
Gosh, still set? Okay. Hey, big guy. Where are you? Have you found shelter? The car, Cyrus, and I are okay. Respond when you find shelter. We love you a lot.
Nice.
Oh.
That was sent to you, Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the sending you receive, Wild.
Can I just? Sorry.
Oh yeah. No, go ahead.
This is just Anne being offended on behalf of Cyrus that you guys don't ever ask Bahamut for help. Like, I mean, he's helping us too. Just putting that out there.
That's okay. I mean, our just like Zakar picks up the sentence. Oh, really, Cyrus? We're doing this now?
This is when we have this argument.
Sorry, I'm not here.
No, but I hope we get the chance to have that argument like in character. That would is it's low hanging fruit, but it's right there, man. Like
All right,
I'd be amazed if Bahamut were around or alive right now.
I checked in with him. He's kind of busy, but he helped me out.
all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wild, Wild, how you responded to the message. All right, here we go.
I'm
yeah,
okay.
I mean, like Cyrus still has a subclass right now.
In snow. Leg and arm gone. Found hand. Going to hut structure in snow. We'll repair and regroup. Ask magic people why.
Why? Just why?
Okay.
Oh. Less than 3.
Yay! Aw.
I had one more word. And that technically isn't a word, but
Heart.
Yeah.
The word is heart.
art.
Yeah, well, he found his hand. He says why. I'm ask magic people why. I don't know. God, do you think you think they can do this again? Like every time we get together, they could separate us again? Keep us on our toes the whole entire time? Shit. She goes and she goes immediately and tries to loot or goes to the dead illithids and tries to loot their bodies, especially looking for things that are credentials.
Oh.
Interesting. I feel like these particular. Yeah, I don't think you find much of it. Like, there's a chance that you might come across a dagger or a staff. But there's actually not a hell of a lot in the way of like possessions on these individuals.
She takes one of the daggers.
Okay. It's a gnarly thing. It's one of those, daggers that has a weird curve to it. It looks like it was intended for not combat necessarily.
Fuck. Well, I mean, gotta start from. Okay, I don't know where. Okay, we're in Dhaka. Who do you think the closest person is? Us.
Zakar sighs and reaches into his bag of holding. To find his very convenient world map.
Mhm. So, on that note, I'll just go ahead and
Hey.
for our viewers.
Oh, yeah.
So,
that helps.
I know that some of you have an idea about where you might be, and I think I think here's what I'll do. If you guys can point to the map and be like, I think I'm here, and you are reasonably close to where I think you are, I will go ahead and just show you where you are on the map.
I think I'm here.
When the map loads, it is
Yeah,
taking its
same.
time.
Oh, map's taking a bit.
It is.
Yes, I agree, and I think you're right around
I think you
around
said
Glenn's Landing.
northwest of Glenn's Landing? I can't
Okay.
remember.
So I'm near Fairbrook.
Yeah, that's my somewhere in this vicinity.
Oh,
Somewhere around here.
Oh.
I'll
And
tell
then
you.
you two.
I'll tell you what.
I mean,
equivalent.
which means that Pemberley and I have to be somewhere on this like weird little coastline over here to be anywhere near like Dhaka.
Okay.
Or over here. Somewhere around here.
Yeah, you're near Fairbrook.
Uh,
You guys are all kind of like within like a reasonable travel
Mhm.
triangle of one another.
Yeah.
Cyrus, go ahead and make a
thank you.
history check.
History
I'm like, is Wild somewhere up here?
skills.
Wild, where do you think
No.
you are?
Yeah, just because it's a place, I guess I'll click like Dorja. But
It's a
I might
public
be in
town.
Crashed Nautiloid, or I might all the way be over here in like whatever Alaska this is.
You know what? Matt. Can I posit a theory?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I actually think you're all the fucking way over here. I think you started at the top, the literal top
Oh,
of
that's
this
right,
mountain, and fell down an entire cocksucking mountain range.
Oh, and
Right, 'cause
Gringon.
that's near arcades area, right? Her people are there.
Or possibly just in this mountain
Oh.
range, which does extend very, very far and very, very
Yep.
like long.
Oh, but I definitely fell off this motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
to the
exactly, right,
curiosity,
right, yeah.
on top
Yeah,
of
which
the
means that
mountains up here,
approximately like you're over here.
Okay. Yeah.
there's also like a big ice dragon cave, like a white dragon cave that you guys fought over
Alright.
on Fairbrook.
All right, here we go.
Ooh.
I'm making a circle,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say we'll start with Cyrus. I don't know if you can move the circle, but you just pick a spot. I'll give you one. I'll give everybody one guess per session. Just move that circle. No. It's got to be this circle. this is how big the thing is.
I'm trying
Got
to turn on. Nope, no, that's raise hand. Sorry.
And
Trying to grab.
upper
How
left
do we grab?
button up, and then the button right next to it.
Both
No,
of them
no,
are
I'm sorry.
highlighted.
I'm sorry. That's wrong. You're gonna want to go to drawing tools, which is the pencil, and then the top button on the
and then
second
the
row.
top. Yeah.
Tell me if you can move that.
I cannot.
Okay. Let me see if I can figure out why you can't move it.
There is a cog next to it.
Nope, no idea. All right, I'll tell you what. Cyrus, guide my hand.
I'm trying to remember. I thought you said northwest. Wait, I can no longer click highlight. Let me try this again. So I thought it was like somewhere around here.
Okay.
Or sorry, no, northeast.
No,
I know directions.
Okay.
So my impression was right here.
Is
Now
that
I don't remember.
Is that where you think? Is that where you think you are?
If you said it was northwest, shoot, then it would be like over here.
No,
Hold
no,
on,
no,
I'm
no,
checking.
no. Oh, yes, yes, you're right. You're right.
Okay,
If you were
just kidding.
northwest of Glenn's Landing, you would be over there.
I'm guessing here.
That
Maybe not right next to the ocean
okay.
because I don't remember hearing the ocean.
All right.
Near a road.
Final answer.
Shit, it was near a road.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have roads on this map.
Here, I'm putting it here, right in the
A
middle.
little bit right.
Right,
Right here.
right there. Is that
Yeah,
good?
that's my guess.
Okay.
Yeah,
Final answer.
final answer.
All right. You were correct to rethink
Yay!
which direction,
Nice.
which corner it was in.
It took 3 tries, but I
Yep.
got there.
All right. Zakar, Pemberley, come to a consensus.
Don't mind that red one. That red one's me.
What do you think?
Well, Allie, I know that Zakar was the one who made the check. But like, there's a lot of coastline to the east of Dhaka here. Do you have thoughts or feelings?
We were in a, let's see, pretty temperate climate. So somewhere that's warmer. I'm thinking southish, but that's still a lot of ground to cover.
Right? Like you guys are maybe down
Yes.
here.
No, that's too.
That's too far.
That's too far. Yeah.
Okay.
Then we were like in hilly places, so
Oh, so maybe like right there.
yeah,
I mean,
I think
like the potential range from what Chris divulged with my check is that like from here to like here is the range that we could find ourselves in.
Gotcha.
If anything, I'm more inclined to go south. Because what we know of in character, like what we know of Grick is that it's tropical, and this was a little bit more arid. So that's why I think more south.
agreed. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say like here. That's the Taylor final answer.
So I'll just put it like there.
Okay.
Everybody in agreement?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
That is correct.
Nice.
Good job, Taylor.
All right, Brando. Where do you think you're at, Brando?
I'm trying to remember from last session if we said like the mountains to the south and the ocean. I remember the ocean and the mountains being in opposite directions.
Go ahead and make a history check, Brando. We'll see how
All right, making a history
we'll
check.
see how good you have of your bearings.
At least we have somebody that can guide us. So, history, eh.
Oh no.
Don't know.
Can re-roll this, but I kind of want the point.
Well, here's the thing. Well, wait. You want the point?
For
The
rolling a
point
one?
For yeah, the point that we're storing. When we roll ones, then we build.
Right.
Yeah, you can
Yes.
add. You can add numbers to it, but
Okay. So since I can't rely on history, I wanted to say that I want to say here. Is it working? Why is my mouse not working?
I see it.
Okay. Or here, but most likely since it's a big empty field, I'm probably around here.
are you the red marker?
No,
No,
I'm the red marker.
Something
can-
happened to my
You can hold
yeah,
down the
I'm-
mouse button to ping.
Let me mouse out of that.
Yeah, make sure you're in token
Yeah,
controls as well.
I'm getting like the regular mouse cursor, not the little thing. So let me rejoin here.
What little thing?
Or wait, no, token controls. Okay.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Now I can
Okay.
do that.
So you want to do that?
I am probably wrong. It would be so nice if I were down here or here, but those do not say big empty field. This says big empty field.
You can put it wherever you want, but I'm only giving you one guess. Is
Yeah,
that,
like right there.
is that what we're
Here.
doing? You want to move it over here?
I am probably wrong.
Final answer?
Yes.
That is incorrect.
Ah.
All right, Wild.
We use a little bit of outside info. I think you might be right. I think I might be like right here in Gringon.
Right.
Like that's what a very convenient place would be.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I would be at your mercy and scattered to the very tops of this world, which would take forever to find wherever the hell I was.
Or you could be in the mountains by Fairbrook.
Eh,
That's
it
where the
would
white
seem.
dragon.
That's true.
Oh, that is where the white dragon born. That is where the white dragon is. I could be
A white
there.
dragon. I guess there's been multiple white dragons, but
A
still.
white dra-
Yeah, he's dead, I think.
Oh yeah,
I
we
think-
killed the fuck out of that
Yeah,
thing.
somebody
Yeah.
did. I don't remember
That-
which adventuring party that was, but yeah.
Oh no,
somebody-
I
that
believe
was
Rex.
that was very early on. We had that was in the era where he had dropped Derork and picked up Gon, but still had Vilmac and Grook.
I think that was a different white dragon.
That's the first white dragon. The second white dragon that got the other piece of the rod. In the
Yeah.
fire
Oh.
campaign.
Yeah, I think that was I feel like that was a job that was issued by the Institute or something, or the Institute was
Y'all-
involved somehow.
Y'all convinced the Institute people that it was a dinosaur statue that fell and not the rod. And then the Institute was convinced that dinosaurs come from the sky.
We're getting off track. Wild, where the hell did you fall?
I think I fell right there in Gringon. I was about to
Okay.
say, I was like, how many d6s did I take?
Mhm.
20.
Technically 40.
Technically 40.
Yeah.
Oh.
You fell twice. Final answer?
Yeah, final answer.
Incorrect.
Ah,
Oh my gosh, that was so
Do we get another guess?
No.
No.
One
Even
guess
if
per
no
session.
reward?
One guess per
Or-
session, and then
Okay.
from when you figure it out, you will be on the board. It will be visible to you going forward until you guys reunite. That's
Nice.
how we're gonna play this.
Oh my gosh, that was so smart. So smart using the D6s as what do you call it? As a metric to see how tall it was.
you're right.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's tricky because falling damage caps at 20 at 20 d6.
And
Oh.
each like like the feet I fall per round was in 6 seconds 580 feet. So that's a single round. So I fell at least twice, which is over 1,600 feet per Perkins.
Yeah,
we got a number of good mountains here
in
though.
like 10
Mhm.
seconds.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's like 3 of them over here.
Mhm.
Right.
Is it
That might be
snowing?
my next guess.
Mhm.
Spit
And then
stings, near the Doom Hole.
Here, let me do this.
Is it snowy over near Fairbrook?
It's snowy on top of the mountains.
mhm.
He's at the bottom of the mountain now.
Yeah, true.
Oh, that's a good point. I thought the snow was just at the top. My bad.
So yeah.
Oh no.
So
Snow all the way down.
So Brando's guess
Alright.
was something like this. So these are
I was around here.
Mhm. Yeah, you were right around there.
I'm gonna make a yellow marker.
Nice.
So I will guess next session.
That is impossible to see.
I see it. It is yellow on cream, though.
Yeah,
I will need to rewatch the last session to see
let's do
what
that.
directions things were pointed in,
Yeah.
and that'll help.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, let's move to something in dark mode. So let's see. So after all that, I think we have a lot of things to cover between everyone. And since everybody did roll initiative earlier, and because Wild's very good at initiative, he got a 33 somehow.
Well,
Well, no,
technically,
that-
technically speaking, that is a 21,
Yeah, because it was
I see.
advantage that he rolled weird.
I see.
and I rolled an
21 versus-
18
Okay,
plus
yeah.
3,
Okay,
which
so
is 21.
all right, so we'll have you go second. So it'll go Zakar and Pemberley, Wild, Brando, and then Cyrus. All right. So we're back at Zakar and Pemberley. You guys have just finished sending with Wild.
Yeah, that's a weird thing that Foundry is doing. Like, I'm checking my previous roll; it has like 1 plus 2, even though it was a 4.
Mhm.
Well,
Huh,
you
some weird must have
you
happened.
rolled 1d20 round. I think you rounded it to 1 or something like that, and then you added 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
1d20 R1?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know what
that's right.
R1 means, but it probably fucked up your roll. And then you rolled a 1, and your halfling luck kicked in. And on your second roll, you rolled a 4.
So it is.
Plus
But
2 is
also
6.
It rolled double on my other roll. Yeah, why does it do
Stop
round?
using fucking macros.
I was using the character page.
Yeah,
should
and
ask-
those are macros that are still fucking wrong.
Okay,
Well, it's only wrong for Brando. Where's
well,
your,
I'm still taking the one from last time.
where's your
so-
initiative? Is it their initiative button on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
on the
Okay,
character
yeah.
sheet.
I
But
used
there has to be
dexterity
combat.
because initiative was
It's
not
under the
working.
portrait.
Yeah, okay. So you rolled a normal dexterity check. Okay, I just rolled it and it did the same thing, except I rolled a nat 20. So your total was 23.
My
No,
total-
I think what happened is you rolled a 1, your halfling luck kicked in. You rolled a 4 plus 2 was 6.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
And
Halfling luck kicked in because halfling luck is a programmable thing
Mhm.
that's already in there in
Yeah.
race.
And
Yes,
on
they
just-
are.
and on your
Yes.
dexterity check, you rolled an 11 plus 3 is 14. I think everything's working as it's supposed to.
Yeah.
I am not sure. I've never seen this R1 before on most things. So.
I don't know what
That's
that
why we think it's
means
irracial.
in syntax, but I also don't think it matters. I can do here. I'll do the same thing with Cyrus. Yeah, it does. It did not. It did not do that on an initiative roll for Cyrus. Let me try a dex check for Cyrus. It did not do that on a dex check for Cyrus. I
Okay,
don't know.
let me try.
It could be a halfling luck thing or something weird like that. That's what it is. I figured it out. That's what it is. R1 is reroll 1.
Yeah.
That's
makes
all.
sense.
That's what R1
Oh.
means. That is literally accounting for halfling luck.
Yep.
It's
Well,
telling.
I'm
It's telling.
still taking the 1. I only wanted the 1.
What do you mean?
You didn't
You
want
wanted
to
the
use your
1?
half in luck?
Not gonna
Like-
use my halfling luck.
So,
Oh.
if I use the halfling luck, then I'll never get another point, and I want to build
No,
another
no.
point.
I'm going to
at
give you the
top
point
there.
anyway because yes, you
Okay.
would not otherwise get the point. I gave you the point. Don't worry about
Okay,
that. You
thank
got that. It's just that ones don't count for you because you're a halfling. That's just how halflings work.
Okay, I thought in the past it's like I either take the 1 or I use my
No, no.
halfling luck.
No.
Nope.
I'm not going to take that away from you.
Okay. So yeah, got a 6, which is still nothing. So
we just have to
three failed.
we just have to be aware of that. It's like when halfling luck happens, it's like okay, that means you get the point.
Okay.
Anyway, moving
Hey,
on.
I like it. I'll take it.
Zakar, Pemberley.
Pemberley, well, okay. Allie, is there anything that you want to do? Because I definitely have ideas.
Pepperly wants to burn the bodies, hide the evidence. That's about the. That's it. That's the immediate concern, and then,
Okay.
so she'll just torch all the illithids, and then. So, got any plans, big guy?
Well, go to Dhaka, scry on a stone, save the world. Maybe not in that exact order.
Well, I mean, I can do one of those things. She'll
Can you scry on an object that you've never seen and don't precisely know where it is?
I don't. Might be a hard one to do. I don't think. I think if I have an idea of who's on the other side. If I've met the target, can I?
Well,
If I try to speak to it, speak through the sending stone, will I get a better idea or get some sort of foundation in order to do a scrying?
Zakar just kind of looks at you seriously and just goes. It says, Pemberley, and he points up towards the orb in the sky.
Yeah. But then it's like, are you sure it's that thing? Or, I mean, it seems to have a huge army.
No, I don't think it's literally that thing, but there's nothing good on the other end of that, and I don't recommend letting that in your head.
Okay.
So, if you can't scry on a thing that don't know where it is and you've never seen it before, then, well, fucking shame we never took you to meet the Raven Queen.
Yeah.
Tick tock.
Seemed like a cool lady. I mean, hey, we're gonna be. Hey, you know what? You get to. Okay. And as in your typical diplomatic fashion, I shall if it behooves you, when all this is over, I'd like you to introduce me to her. Okay?
You really are a cute little goblin.
Honestly, that's the first time anyone ever said that.
Well,
Oh.
hopefully it's not the last. Hang on. Baron has to declare war real quick. Zakar saunters back over to the stone in the dirt and pulls it up. Says,
Hey! She tries to like. You said you didn't. You no. Don't do this double standard thing. Don't like. I don't want your head to get infected by a scary red moon either.
Yeah, I get it. Hey, squid for brains. This is Baron Zakar the Cure, Lorak of Dhaka, and Slayer of Alabar.
I'm listening.
Consider this a formal declaration of war and just a personal fuck you because I'm in a bad mood. But, I mean, let's be real. You already knew that. You know who I am. I have a pretty good idea who you are. So,
Your honesty is appreciated. Allow me to extend in kind. Your matron is more useful alive.
And then the stone sparks and goes quiet.
oh, well, shit. All right. That's 2 problems solved. Huh. Zakar just kind of lets the stone fall from his hand. Wait, no. Actually, that's a huge problem. Fuck!
What?
The Raven Queen is more useful alive.
Oh fuck.
Yep.
So now it's not just like mindy brainy things, it's like lifey deathy things.
Really hoping we don't have to find out. But we will. We always do.
Zakar. Who was originally supposed to be on the other side of that sending stone?
Raven Queen.
Damn it.
Yep.
Pemberley, go ahead and make an Arcana check real quick. Okay.
16.
You definitely saw the sparking of the sending stone. And you would know instinctively, like, what you just saw is the obsidian sending stone that Zakar was holding just went inert, like it just powered down basically. Which as far as you understand about sending stones means that the connection was severed. That is to say, the stone on the other end was destroyed.
Okay, fuck. Okay, well, she's alive. That's right. No, she didn't hear that. One problem.
And Zakar, I will
Yep.
also let you know while you're figuring all of this out, you hear the telltale sound of something being added to the Book of Sending.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
And because you have a couple, I'll just go ahead and tell you it's the Arzan book.
Okay, that was going to be my first question.
Mhm.
Oh, which one? So, okay, Arzan book. Open. Which I actually can just do, assuming you added the text already.
I did add the text already.
Okay, cool. Hang on. Buffering.
Oh, yes.
Stand by.
Yeah, no, your drama forthcoming.
Drama.
Oh, there we go. Because hello. Oh. I don't remember what the book of sending is actually labeled in my drive.
It should be labeled Book of Sending -Arzan.
Yeah. Oh, okay, there we go. Because of my text size, it's like Book of Sending A and Book of Sending O.
Yep. That's what it looks like on mine too.
Okay. Okay.
So,
All right. Zakar reaches for his magical book, which I think Pemberley would have been familiar with by now, with like a look of relief of like, oh yay, like people are alive, and then he tears it open and reads it, and his face immediately is once again crestfallen.
Amberly's hopping up on her little, or just hopping up and down, trying to look over the book. What is it? What?
He's too busy scribbling. Like you. It's like no. Like Zakar is just furiously scribbling into this book now.
Yeah, the scribbling intensifies.
Yeah.
That's the you guys can't see it, but he's typing in all caps.
Amberly just like climbs on his back and is just watching over his shoulder.
Yeah, Pemberley, I don't know if
Yeah.
you're familiar with the Book of Sending, but it has probably been communicated to you at some point in time that the Book of Sending was an original creation by somebody they used to travel with. It functions very much like a sending stone, except it only transmits text between two books. So there remains a record, a copy of what was written in another book.
Yeah, okay. She's looking up the page. What?
Yes, so you would like Beverly. You would see over Zakar's shoulder just various little bits and pieces of conversation, back and forth about this and that or the other, all related to ongoings and like and news updates of the Five Pints and like this and that. Just not small talk, but always like most recently you would see a note about how there is one less empress in the world, and to get the party ready. um and the most recent note that you can see, Pemberley, is, why is this book talking to itself? Does it have a mind of its own? And Zakar just finished scribbling, because it's a magic book of sending, dipshit. Give it back to Arzan.
In not very good grammar.
Yeah.
Are you done writing, Zakar?
Yes, and I don't know if it's relevant, but basically that text is going to take up like an entire page by itself.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Let's see.
Whoever said that really needs to work on that penmanship. Whoever wrote that. That said wrote. Anyway. But, yeah, people are writing things. People are okay.
And as you're watching it, Pemberley, more text appears on the page under it, and for the benefit of those who cannot read it, it says, "What does that mean? Who is Arzan? Who am I speaking to?"
Zakar just huffs and starts writing again. And he's like, the book and send messages to one other to like one other book because magic. I am Baron Zagar, the cure of Black Ram. Arzan is the barkeeper of the Blank Tavern in Bifrost, who is supposed to have this book.
Ask their name. Lord Cyrus says.
I,
Woo.
New book
Yeah.
who dis?
New book, who this?
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Send tweet.
Push the little arrow button at the bottom.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah, I gotta think for a second.
Yeah, you can think
Mhm.
for a second. We can.
You guys can talk amongst yourselves.
We can.
I sorry.
Kimberly, did we ever tell you that Arzan has a book of sending?
No.
No, yeah, no, I'm sure there's a lot that we haven't told you just because we're so used to it. So, I mean, yeah, okay.
Hey, I learned magic sequestered in a giant hut filled with Garfield comics. I mean,
Yeah, no,
I don't
get it.
know very much.
Yeah, you're a goblin in a bog, but you know how sending works. And we attached it to a book with the help of the wizard at the time, and because I don't know reasons, it made sense.
I mean, it's really cool. I mean, and I ain't lying, but
The message continues. Is that where
Yeah.
I am? Should Arzan be alive? Where should he be? Where should I be?
This person seems confused.
Okay, so
this person's having an existential crisis.
if you have this book, yes, you are in Bifrost. Arzan should
Theoretically?
be alive. He should be in Bifrost, pending bar in the plank. And I don't fucking know where you should be. Who are you? Send tweet.
Message comes back very quickly. Would you know that my name is Query? How do you do?
Query.
Okay, Pepperly, can you cast Fucking scrying. On a place that you have been, on an object that you don't know where it is.
Scrying is traditionally cast on a person or a location.
Yeah, I think you can scry on the location.
Okay, yeah, scrying the location. Pemberley, can you scry the fucking plank? You've been there, we took you, we got drunk, and you got really scared and met your cousin Grook. You know the one.
Then a dragon came and tried to get her baby back. This whole thing.
Yeah, I could. I mean, well, it's a creature. It's a creature. So
At the end of the spell description, it says you can cast on a location instead. And
oh, okay.
I choose to interpret this text as the location cannot make a wisdom save. So barring
I'll
knowing the
put-
actual person in question, you could just put the sensor on a place that you've been to previously.
I'll put it on the plank.
Okay, hold on, Chris.
Mhm.
I have an out of character question that
Sure.
you don't have to answer. This is a dipshit question. Okay, does plank talking the plank count as a creature?
It did once have feet.
I fucking God damn it, Taylor.
Does plank have a stat block, Chris?
Is he a person or is he an item?
He certainly has opinions.
No. Okay,
Pemberley?
I know that this sounds like a trolling question, but I am actually going somewhere with this.
No, I get it. It's just like
Did
I had
plank
it.
get shuffled?
I had an idea in my head, and now you've just changed it irrevocably. So, so now I'm like, okay.
It also applies to Murtaugh's hands.
So here's the thing,
Oh,
Pemberley. If you tell me if you're going to cast this on a person or a location.
Probably the location.
I should say for clarity of rules. Do you want to cast it on a location or a creature?
I'm going to cast it on a location in the threshold of the plank.
Okay. You cast the spell. You see the plank. You see you're at the threshold of the front door, so you can see both inside and outside. Outside, it's kind of what you would expect. Everything is still under under a blood red sky. Inside, the plank is completely empty, except for a single person who is sitting on the ground and looking at a book, very much like the book that Vizikar is scribbling in, and that person looks like this.
Oh, cool.
They're rather short. Maybe I don't know, 4 feet tall or so. And yeah, they got that beret on. They got some pretty simple clothes, like overalls and a white shirt. And they're just kind of sitting crisscross applesauce, looking at this book and just thinking very intently. And that is all you see.
Hey, Zakar, can I have a scribble on this thing?
Fucking sure. Go for it.
I think it's. Hi, Query. I think I see you.
I'm gonna write this down. Hi, Query. Think I see you.
Where were you before you got zapped over here?
Where were you before you got zapped over here?
Assuming you were zapped.
Before you were zapped? Question mark. Talk amongst yourselves.
Always.
Okay.
Oh, actually, Zakar is going to pick up his Cyrus Rock.
Dib dib.
Did. If by did you mean Cyrus, we have a massive fucking problem.
Still? I mean, again?
On top of everything else, yes. Yes.
What's wrong?
I was able to talk to the bad guys through the Ravenstone.
Oh, that's bad. Is she there too? Did she talk?
Nope.
Oh,
But apparently, she's more useful alive.
well, that's good for her in the short term. If I get a chance to rest, I could try to call her. I don't remember if Pemberley's talked to her before.
No, Pemberley has never been to the island.
But yeah, if I get a chance to recover some of my holy magic,
I put it in Foundry.
Oh, cool.
I could try to ask if she's okay and if she knows where she is. Also, Dork says hi. Dork, say hi to Zakar.
Dork!
Hi.
Hi, Dork. How you doing, buddy?
Dork is doing swimmingly, considering he is nowhere near his home.
Awesome, buddy. Me too. Well, let's go fight stuff just as soon as we can here.
Dork agrees.
Hell yeah.
Is there something? I'm sorry.
Allie, check Foundry. I went ahead and put Query's response in there.
Oh, where is it? Sorry.
In the Foundry chat.
Yep.
Just so that everybody could read what's going on.
But yes, Zakar, what can I do to help?
Well, I'm gonna leave the whole sending spell nonsense to your discretion. Because right now I mean, talking to the Raven Queen would be great, but there's not a lot we can do beyond that. Also, I'm powerless right now, so it's all bad.
Have you heard from anyone else? Are the rest of our friends okay?
Well, I've talked to Mazoga, I've talked to Davin, and I've talked to. Wait, no, that's it.
Oh.
Oh wait, no. Pemberley did scrying to Brando and not scrying, sending to Brando and Wild. They're all alive. Wild's hurt bad, and is lost in the mountains. We don't know where.
Oh no.
Brando is somewhere around Fairbrook. We're still on the coast of Dhaka here, and well, you're in Fairbrook, which means we're scattered to the fucking winds
Glenn's
right
Landing.
now. Oh, also Arzan is gone, and some idiot has the book in Bifrost.
I guess he probably didn't have the book with him when we all got shuffled.
Yeah, why would he? Fine.
Well, it seems like you and I are at least sort of on the same continent. Do you want us to regroup? Or, wait, I already asked this, didn't I?
No, you didn't.
I forget. Oh, okay.
You asked a different question. He was like, "Oh, should I go to Glenn's Landing because I'm over there?" And and Zakar was like, "Yeah, do that first."
Okay, I'll continue on my plan to Glenn's Landing, but let me know if I should go somewhere else.
Well,
I'm
we're
not the
gonna be
thought
headed
thinker.
we're gonna go ahead to Dhaka and see what the clusterfuck is. If Zakar, if there's anyone of standing left, well, Zakar might have a city to manage, which would be a really bad time.
All right.
Or in character, I might have a city to manage, which
Yeah.
I might not.
Zakar suddenly starts talking in third person.
That's no. That's
Boy, you are traumatized.
it's been a long day.
I will go check on the status of Glenn's Landing. Maybe everybody is okay and just conveniently in a different spot, and it's not that big of a deal. Other than the whole getting back to where we're supposed to be. And that's all I got. Oh, and
Yeah.
then after I check on Glenn's Landing, I will start heading to Bifrost. How about that?
Either Bifrost or Daka, one of the two.
I forget which is closer. I guess they're about equidistant. Dorork, where do you want to go? Bifrost or Daka?
Dorork would let me think. Dorork would say, "Well, Dorork should return home, and Daka would be closer."
Okay. If you gotta go, good luck to you.
Well, one thing at a time. We should
Yeah.
we should see how Glenn's Landing is faring.
Right, since we're close by. But then we'll go to Daka.
Big Daka energy.
Yes, and after I have naps, I will attempt to call some people.
How have I never called an episode Big Daka Energy?
I don't know.
Mm.
Now that I say it out loud.
Is there anyone else I should attempt? I guess I can ask this tomorrow when I can actually call people. Never mind. I miss you guys. It's scary what happened. We were supposed to have like 3 more months.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go on an adventure finding a cool, like, armor set or something and some drow.
We were.
Yeah, and oh yeah. By the way, Brando said nothing like this happened on Mechanus, so we're all in the dark here. Nothing makes sense. Everything is wrong.
Hey.
Yeah, just another day in the Five Pines.
Yep. All right.
Badoop doop.
Good luck. Dib dib.
Doop doop.
Badoo-doo-dee-doo.
I am in the snow. I'm very badly burned. I smell almonds.
Oh no.
Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember that Will Ferrell character in Austin Powers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've fallen down a very long well.
Yes.
My bones are very badly broken, and I think I smell almonds. How wild's feeling right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what, Chris? Can I make a history check?
For what?
Think about where I am.
No, we're past that, man.
No. Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Come on, I have a -1.
Anyway, I think we could wrap up the conversation with Query for now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good because that was taking a lot of my attention. Okay, so I think we can move on to somebody else's story. But before we cut away from Zakar and Pemberley, I have 2 questions. One, what are you stowing the obsidian stone for now?
Uh,
No wrong answers.
Bullshit, there's no wrong answer.
Okay, yeah, maybe I was. Yeah, you go ahead.
Z-
Oh, right.
Actually, no. It gets to stay. Oh, no, better. Zakar picks it up without a word and yeets it as far into the ocean as he can.
All right. Phew. You throw the inert stone out into the water, and you watch it bloop.
Okay. All right, come on, Pen. You can talk to your new pen pal. Question mark. Whenever while we're on the road, we need to get to Dhaka.
Yeah, I think their name's Query.
Yeah,
So,
question
You were
mark.
close.
Yeah, Zakar just like picks up Pemberley like entirely and puts her on his shoulders.
Okay. Should I extend access to the Book Ascending to Allie?
Under these circumstances, sure.
Okay.
That would be fine.
Copy link. Yeah, I'll just copy the link. Okay. Allie gonna send you a thing on Discord. And then Google Docs is probably gonna come back and be like, she doesn't have permission to do that for some reason, despite the fact that you just gave her permission. Okay, my second question would be, which direction do you guys travel from there?
In a general sense, hang on. The answer is going to be northwest. Yeah, the answer I have for you is northwest. I
Okay.
don't know if that is necessarily what you're after.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Okay. Logic being that while not necessarily a perfect vector towards Dhaka, by the time we get halfway from the coast to there, Zakar will know where he is.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay.
Having made this trek in the general vicinity of fucking.
All right. I believe the next person in initiative was Wild. Do I have that right?
Oh.
I
Yes.
think so. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Sounds legit.
All right, Wild. 1 second.
Oh. My bone. I don't have bones. I have a core, but whatever. My limb.
Your pipes.
Got to change something. All right. Okay. So Wild, you're crawling. You are crawling toward a structure, and that is all you know. After a while, snow and frost has blown into your eyes so much that you can barely see, and scooping it out is tricky given how many limbs of you are missing. You can still see if you're crawling toward a rock or something, but details are getting very difficult to make out. Still, you keep at it. It takes you a while because you're not moving very fast. But
only 15 feet.
Yep. But eventually, you do reach your intended destination. And as you approach the structures that you are being guided to by the whispers of the earth, you start to hear the sound of battle well before you actually get there. You hear magic being thrown around. You hear the unmistakable sound of steel meeting flesh. But all of those sounds kind of die down well before you reach the structure itself. Anything you want to tell me about your approach, or are you just going for it?
So as I'm currently prone, kind of crawling on the ground, as I hear all the stuff going on, Wild is going to kind of like pick up the pace, so when it dies down, he gets there and he's just going like, like, Excuse me. And then he takes his hand and he knocks on the door politely. He's like, hello?
Okay.
Cannot open the door. Is there a door handle?
You don't reach a door right away. But you do, upon hearing the sounds of battle, you start scooting a little quicker.
Yes.
By the time you arrive on the scene, the only ruckus that you can still hear is the aftermath of battle. You hear a lot of panicked voices, quite a few of them, saying things like, who attacked us? Where are we? That sort of thing. And as the voices get louder, you think that a few of them might be referring to you after a while. What the fuck is that? Something's moving in the snow, and so forth. And the sound of these voices, these people sound very desperate and untrusting at this point in time. You get the feeling you're not exactly welcome here at this very moment. But in the middle of all of that, suddenly a voice rings out over this crowd of voices, and it's just like, it's Warforged. He's damaged. Let's get him inside. And there's a bit of an uncomfortable silence after he says that, and then there's the unmistakable sound of people dragging their feet in protest, and then the same voice speaks up a little louder. It just says, he needs help, so help him. And then after a few seconds, you are quickly approached by footsteps. And that same voice says, relax, friend, you're safe now. And you feel what's left of your chassis gets picked up and carried. And again, you can't really make out details at this point, but you do pick up on the fact that you are carried another 50 to 100 feet into a space that is dark and warm.
Thank you. Strangers.
There
I
is
have money in my pocket.
There is a yeah. Go ahead.
It's based on honesty. Just pull out like however much it takes, or 10 gold, whatever's more.
Yeah, you're
Where the hell am I?
You're babbling, but nobody's really like responding at this point either, because like they don't. I think you could figure that at this point in time, like there's so much going on around you and around everybody, that your voice is not actually strong enough to be heard. But you kind of mumble to everybody like, "Hey, where am I? What am I?" And they continue to carry you, without really responding. Some time passes here. You are carried through the dark for I don't know, upwards of 15 minutes or so. There is just the bustle of people scrambling around in panic and indecision. But you are being carried through a massive interior space, dark, sprawling. It's way bigger than a cabin. Whatever it is. And a short time after that, by now the snow clouding your vision has started to melt away. And you find yourself laid out on a workbench. And 1 second while I organize some fucking pictures.
Oh yeah.
So you're on this workbench.
I've been holding my own hand.
Oh yeah, you have all your stuff, like you have a pack like tied to you, and it's containing as much parts as you could, salvage. I should also mention, in this point in time, you could just tell me whether you do it or not. Do you attune to the Silk Blood helmet?
I think I should, because oops. Wait, does it not have? Oh, it doesn't have a description to it.
No.
Yeah, I might as well.
Okay. You attune to the helmet. Upon attuning to the helmet, you feel it's predictable. It is as Drellis Dorette had told you about the armor. You feel there is an unmistakable pull toward a greater piece of the same set of armor. But it's just a direction. And it is roughly south by southeast of your current location. But it's very far away, very far. And you would get, I think you would get a vision as the helmet links up with the armor. There would be a connection between you and the wearer. And you know for a fact that the wearer would see you in turn. So what you would see is a very brief and vague image of a drow woman turning to look at you as if noticing you for the first time. She looks something like this.
Can't say I've seen this one. Not that I think of.
And
Interesting.
And by the time that feeling passes, you find yourself sprawled out on this workbench. And you're sitting on this workbench, and by the time your vision returns to you, you can see that there is an aged dwarven woman kind of looking over you. I got more pictures to show you. And she's just kind of like, she's just going over you, putting hands on you and examining all your parts individually, to just trying to figure out what your deal is, what belongs there and what doesn't belong there, what's missing. Also present nearby is the same voice that you heard before, calling attention to you and getting you help. He's sitting nearby, and as you start to become cognizant, he says, "You look as though you've been through the ringer, friend." And you get a good look at this guy. He is he's a bullywug, heavily armed and armored, very bulky for a bullywug. This guy's almost as big as you are.
Hell yeah.
Oh, he's freaking rad.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kicks ass and takes bubblegum.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Wild-
that's
wild.
the fucking most guts-coated thing I've seen like this month.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
Chrono Trigger remake's looking dope.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is Frog on steroids.
I believe the
What?
title of that image when I found it was Elden Frog.
Yeah.
Yes.
10 out of 10.
Wild just looks at this guy and he just goes, "Thank you for accepting me in. Oh, I fell down the mountain. What's that mountain's name?
I don't know.
Do you know where we are, Sir Frog?"
None of us can be 100% sure, but the most popular opinion I've heard in the past hour is we might be in Dorja.
Oh,
We're underground, but it's nothing that anybody recognizes, so it's probably not Odenheim.
I look over at the dwarf lady and you're just, "Are you from Odenheim? I think I've been there once."
She doesn't look away from her work, but she's like, yes, I am. I'm one of the rune lords acting under the king, or I was a short time ago. Who knows what the truth is now?
I know, right? Everything got all kaboobled. Here, did you see the hand? Show her my hand.
Yeah, at this point, you notice like your hand is not like stowed in the pack anymore. She has actually located the hand and put it where it's supposed to be, and she has already started to invoke some magic around it and applying it to the severed wrist.
You're really good at repairing.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and you feel your missing hand start to reconnect. And she's like, "There you are, son. Judging by the size of that weapon, you're gonna need both of these.
Thank you, ma'am. I could totally one-hand it, though. You know what I mean? I could try. I could. Wild like almost gets up.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Wait, I'm sorry, I'm sick. Wait, do you have a pig leg, perhaps?" Like he looks down at his leg.
Yeah, your
Just
leg
holds
is
up his like nub of a knee.
your leg is still borked, and she's like, I went through your pack looking for, I've been trying to reattach everything that you had, but I can't say we have a spare foot lying around. You look around, you appear to be in what amounts to basically like a very simple blacksmith shop. And she's like, I've been working with what we have on hand here, but it's not exactly an extensive array of tools.
The hammer was his hand. I look on the wall for a sledgehammer.
All right. That's pretty easy to find. There, you can definitely find a hammer in a blacksmith shop.
Just point over at the big sledgehammer, and I just go,
So
"You
here,
could put that on my leg."
so are you looking for like a weapon, or are you looking for a tool? Like, are you looking for the blacksmith's hammer, or are you looking for the maul that he made?
I'm looking for. Oh god, this is so fucking difficult.
A limb?
Well, I was just like, as long as the blacksmith's hammer itself is of the appropriate length, I would like the blacksmith's. The maul is going to incorporate weird metals that and it has like that's going to be like a more weighty thing that I'm not going to be able to like walk with.
Yeah, I see your point.
Mhm.
God, I feel like a blacksmith's hammer would be a little lightweight for you, though.
Right? That's the other thing that I was thinking. If it's not hefty enough, though, it will have to be the maul. We'll just get over
let
it.
me float an idea, because we can go in between. What if you had
Yeah.
like just like a warhammer sized thing? Because warhammer
Deal.
could be, could be a Bigfoot
Mm-hmm.
with a little hook on the heel. Could be cool.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. With
Yeah.
a little bill hook on
Yeah,
the end.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
You find one readily. This place has definitely like a rack of tools and weapons for sale, and you do see a warhammer on the wall.
Just point at the warhammer, and I just go, "If you can, strap that to my leg. I need to be able to walk. Can't kick ass on the ground."
She she looks at the warhammer, and then she looks back at you with a wry smile, and she's like, "I like the way you think, son." She goes and grabs the warhammer, and she goes to work. She opens up a part of the pommel to where she can get to the bare metal. She drives some bolts and things through there so that she can fashion it into your back into your leg. And she very expertly reattaches this and integrates it onto your body.
I just go, it barely hurt. Barely hurt at all. I could feel the bolt. Oh, the bolt. Oh, ooh, that bolt does feel nice, though. It moves good.
So going forward, I will say you can return yourself to full hit points at the end of a long rest, and you are no longer under the prone condition, effective immediately.
Nice. God, I want to decrease my walking speed by 10 feet, and then make a warhammer that is now permanently bound to me.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll kick the shit out of you.
Yeah, you just have a warhammer for a foot now.
God, the hammer was his hand. I keep saying that as she's attaching it to my foot.
Mm-hmm. The bullywug is like, is that some kind of mantra?
Technically, it's a memory of an old friend. The hammer was his hand. But, Sir Bullywug, shit's fucked.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to tell me.
Where were you when you got?
Glenn's Landing.
Okay. I think I have a friend who's been to Glenn's Landing. Do you know a guy named Cyrus? He's also a bullywug.
His eyes go wide.
Hey.
Cyrus the Brightblade?
Oh, yeah, that's his full. Yeah, Cyrus Blackblade.
Hey, he gets a big smile on his face.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna, hang on, I'm gonna roll a dice to myself real quick. Okay.
He
says-
worships Bahamut. He's little. He's
He
got
goes,
blue eyes.
Yeah. How do you know him?
Not that little.
What? He's one of my best friends. He's a
No.
part of the Five Pints. We kick ass for a whole bunch of people, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, he's told me a little about that.
He's very good at being a good paladin frog. He saves my ass many, many times.
Yeah.
And then he'll make sure to kill everything that tries to fuck with him, though.
Yeah, that sounds like him. I apologize. He holds his hand out. He's like, I apologize. I'm David Fireforge.
Oh, nice to meet you, David. I'm Wild. I shake his hand and
Like, that's your name?
nom de guerre, as they say.
All right. Pleasure to meet you, Wild.
Wait.
Yeah,
No,
check
you
your
wouldn't have
been there,
check your
Dennis.
fucking
Damn it.
notes, Ann.
No, I remember Dave. I'm just trying to remember because I went to Dave to show him my back scars, but I don't think we had Wild yet.
Probably not. It's been a hot minute.
After I got my tramp stamp from Asmodeus,
Oh,
he went to Dave Fireforge.
Mm-hmm.
Wild looks at Dave real quick and he just
I
goes,
don't think
"Oh,
Wild was there though yet.
by the way, Dave, just in case," and I pull the mind flare head out of my backpack and I just go, "These guys are bad. If you see any, let me know."
Oh yeah, we ran into a few dozen of them outside. You just missed the party.
Joe. Well, I'm glad you killed them all. Wait, no one got kissed, right?
He gets a little sullen. He's like, they got the drop on a couple
Yeah,
before we could organize.
apologies. By the way, if anyone's hurt or whatever, I have a potion of healing and a potion of greater healing, and I give those potions to him.
Okay, great. Yeah, he takes those. He's like, I'm sure I can find somebody who needs this.
I'm so
Okay.
happy he's alive.
And Wild is just going to like look back as this lady continues to working on his feet.
Mm-hmm.
Wild just goes, "When I get better, I'm gonna team up with you, Dave. And we are gonna find ourselves out of here, back to our rightful places." Can I ask you something though? How many of there are us?
He's like, oh, I don't know. We gathered a few dozen outside the gates, trying to hold them off. But there was many more that appeared in the city. I haven't. I mean, none of us have been here that long. I don't exactly have an accurate count, but at the very least, there's more than enough space to keep these people safe for now.
Fair enough, Dave. Keep your eyes sharp.
Yeah.
And your fiery.
Listen, if you want to be helpful, I'll take all the help we can get. But for now, you take a 10. All right. You make sure that foot's gonna work.
Will do. Wild just lays back.
Mm-hmm. All right. And I think we're gonna cut away from Wild at that point. I'll also throw out if you ask, the dwarven woman would have introduced herself as Ketra Lightshaper.
Nice. Hell yeah, that was actually. Can we
Mhm.
keep it Ketra like?
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Yep. Got you. God, I don't remember. I think Brando's next. Let's see. Yeah. Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fun though. Thank you, Chris,
Yeah,
for
you're welcome.
remembering that character exists.
You're welcome. Also, like, we hadn't really established. We didn't know anything about fucking David Fireforge. So
He was
I feel like
just
he
my
needed.
mentor.
Yeah, I felt like he needed some more. Yeah, so like just to be clear, it's like
He was a
my
mentor. And he was raised by dwarves. That's why he has the dwarf name. That's all I had.
exactly. It was like so David, like I had to be like, okay, knowing everything I know about Cyrus, who's the guy that trained Cyrus in everything he knows? It's this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one frog that believed Cyrus didn't have to just make hats for a living.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yep. That guy kicks ass for the Lord.
Yep.
All right. Brando. You still awake, Todd?
I had myself on mute.
Nice.
Yes.
All
Frog
right.
Souls 2, The Reckoning.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, hang on. I gotta change the text again. New story, new text.
Waiting for the text.
There we go. Typing intensifies.
Nice.
All right.
That was my quote.
Yep. That is a thing you said. It was a good quote. like that's truth. That is a true statement. So Brando, you are traveling.
Oh yes, let me write down this person's name. I don't think I got the goblin's name. I think this was right before we asked.
Yeah.
Other than Dreadstench.
So you were traveling with Huelga, the bullywug hero for all intents and purposes, and a one Penny Dreadstench. Huelga seems pretty confident in leading the way. But it is a while. You will be traveling for quite a while. And along the way, there will be monsters looking for you in these parts. And
Including more brain rats.
yeah, instead of I mean, you're gonna run into maybe cranium rats, maybe mind flayers, maybe who knows, maybe a beholder. There's all kinds of shit that you're going to find in your path. But in lieu of hitting you with battle maps and an initiative and things like that, I think it's easy to say that in your particular case, discretion will be the better part of valor. So I think unless you have a different idea, I'm going to ask you to make a stealth check just for how your general approach to Fairbrook is going to go. And it's not going to basically, if you succeed on this stealth check, you can pass through all of these enemies without too much trouble. If you don't do well on this roll, you will basically reach your destination in the same amount of time, but you will suffer a level of exhaustion because you will be at a forced march running from the things that are hunting you.
A few things right before that. Querga. Shall we say that she's a bard?
For what purpose?
Just to know, like, if we do have to fight, which I am totally also down for battle maps. Just knowing what my allies are capable of.
Okay.
Or even if Penny can fight.
I mean, I'll go ahead and I'll give you this one for free, because NPCs don't have to adhere to like the same rules of class structure that you guys do. That being said, she does know sneak attack. if that illustrates the kind of character she is.
I like that type of rogue. And as for Penny,
Penny Penny does not look like she's very useful in a fight.
Oh goody.
She looks she looks what's the word I'm looking for? Scrappy, rugged. But in the way that like somebody likes to climb trees, not necessarily in the way of like I like to pick fights in bars.
So okay, not much of a fighter, probably low rating on the combat thing.
I'm gonna correct your spelling here, Todd.
Oh, feel free.
Her name is
I noticed
Huelga.
when I was checking for the sending stone. Uh, but let me see how Dust of Disappearance acts.
Oh,
Dust of
this guy with his tricks.
5E. How long does it go?
Dust of
Darn,
disappearance.
invisible for only 2d4 minutes, so not very effective. But I could possibly hide Penny if needed to.
Sure.
Uh,
I'll tell
we-
you. I'll tell you what. Let me think.
Are we going
Well-
through forests, through fields?
Well, here's the thing. If things go bad for you and you have to hide Penny, you're still going to be at a forced march, whether Penny
Yes.
is coming with you or not.
Okay.
So it might be better to just not worry about the dust of disappearance for now.
Okay. Then I guess I will roll that stealth.
All right.
Let's see what happens on the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I can re-roll if needed. Stealth and normal.
That's a
And
10.
is that a 9?
That is a 10. Total of 10.
So probably not enough stealth.
That's a good question. Let me go ahead and roll a perception check for your adversaries. They got a 17, Todd.
Oof. Okay, then we're
at some
running.
At some
exhaustion.
point in time, you are ratted out by the locals, and they draw attention to you, and it forces the three of you to run very fast for a very long
Brando
time.
is taking up the rear and laying
Yeah.
way where I will get eventually.
I mean, I wrote it down.
Wait. Say what?
I wrote it down.
Yes. Huelga.
Huelga.
But letting her take the lead. That way, if Penny falls or gets caught, then at least she's between us.
Yeah.
So Brando's taking up the rear,
Yeah.
probably firing a shot.
Yeah,
occasionally
it's
behind the stone
it's very animated, but yeah, it goes on for quite a bit. You guys end up having to march for, you basically are at somewhere between a jog and a sprint for, hours and hours and hours.
Mhm.
You do eventually, after about a day's travel, reach the base of the mountain. At which point, Huelga makes the suggestion. She says, so, the Fairbrook is just that way to the west, but there is a place up the mountain which we could reach quicker. I'm not sure what we'll find there.
So we could go west or go up the mountain.
Yes, I caution you. There is a place up on the mountain calling itself the Fairbrook. I don't know. It's a sciencey place. There are weirdos that live there. And there are many rumors about this place, and it is not good. But I think
Because of Anne, we are going there.
I
heard that giggle.
I feel
Yeah,
that
it's nice.
I feel that in the under the circumstances, it might not be so bad there. I mean, everywhere we go, there might.
I've been there before, and we can set up fortification, and I don't think it'll be as I remember. But
Oh, definitely not. But
we
if
need
ever,
to shake off these foes coming after us.
okay, good. We're in agreement then.
Yes.
We might find a place to stay, or hunker down, or things to loot, or who knows.
We will. Hopefully, we find something.
Yeah.
But we're kind of desperate here.
Okay.
So let's get moving.
Yeah. Okay. So you divert your path to head up the mountain toward what you know is the Fairbrook Institute of Research and Experimentation.
Yep.
A place that is as weird as weird as Huelga describes. But
Has Brendo been there? I can't remember.
Brando's been there, I think. You know what? I'm not sure. I
I feel
did
like we
take a
asked about it with the telescope, but I don't think we ever went there.
I feel like
Sorry.
the Five Pines have had a scrape with the Institute, but I actually don't remember in what capacity.
I think we messaged them, but I don't think we ever went
Yeah.
there.
You know what? You definitely made a trade of items with a one Rex Smashalot, who was
Yes.
working on behalf of the Institute.
This is true.
You're telling me that Brando Skyfire doesn't know the Fairbrook Institute? Like his
I-
dad wouldn't tell him?
Oh yeah,
That's
you
the
know
Fairbrook
what?
Institute. They're a bunch of crazies. Not
Okay,
like me.
I think
sane.
that's exactly what it is.
I do
It's
like the
Skyfires don't
crazy.
deal with them.
I think at one point in time, your dad would have been like, "Yes, I do know about this fireplace, and it is as advertised. A bunch of the most quackinest of unethical quacks."
Whether Brando has been there or not, he's always wanted to visit. So why not kick something off the bucket
Yeah,
list?
God, the idea that like as a child you were warned to stay away from this place, and as a result you are fascinated. It's like it might be as shitty as my dad hopes, but I got to see it for myself. Anyway, Welga, you follow a mountain path that is at times treacherous, but not too treacherous for you guys to pass through with too much trouble. And
we are very small.
and well
And
before
if our
you,
enemies are big, then they'll have
oh yeah,
maybe a harder time getting
oh
through.
yeah, and you have no trouble shaking them, shaking your pursuers at this point in your journey. And well before you reach the top of the mountain, you don't have to go up too far, but you're still well out of Fairbrook's borders at this point. You eventually reach the Institute campus, and when you reach it, you are surprised to see that it appears to have been devastated. Entire buildings or chunks of buildings have been removed. And you well know what it looks like when a building is destroyed, because typically all the broken bits are left behind as rubble. But that's not what happened here. In this case, the area where pieces of the building are missing, there are equally sized and shaped gouges in the earth as well, as if a big clawed hand just raked itself over the buildings, ripping them out of the ground and leaving scars where the walls and floors used to be.
Asmodeus is already eating the planet.
Wait, Asmodeus?
Or not Asmodeus, Albar.
Hey, there you go.
He's eating it like Galactus.
That's
Brando's take.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And you kind of stand here at the entrance to this place looking out at it. You don't see, there's no one to be seen out in the open. There's very little sound except for wind whistling through these fractured buildings. And even so, even as, you know, all of this, taking all of this into consideration, a lot of the campus is still intact. There are portions of labs, living quarters, common areas kind of scattered around you. And as you step into the entrance to get a good look at all of this and stop and take all of this in with slack jaws, Huelga is like, "Que diablos? What happened here?"
Brando is still guessing it's Alabar's fault, but then he's guessing like, wait, what has happened here? And he's like examining some of the wreckage to see like how long ago this has happened. Seeing
Okay.
like for like dust and such.
Okay. Go ahead and make like an investigation check.
Making an investigation.
You start looking over stuff. Penny gets a good look at the area, and she's like, "Yeah, this place got boned." Hey, real good.
I'll take it.
I will say the structural damage to this place fascinates you entirely. It does not look like a battle happened here. It does not look like a monster came and destroyed it. It looks like a child scribbled some lines and then hit the delete key you know, and just random shapes are carved into the ground and then were just removed from existence. It makes zero sense to you. And during your investigations, I'll go ahead and tell you, you find some loot, Brando. You find some
Ooh.
loot.
Shall I roll for that?
No, I've already done that because that's
Okay.
the kind of DM I am. You find and since you rolled really well, I'm just gonna give you the whole stack here. First, the door prize. You find amongst in one of the labs, you find on a shelf that you see like containers of reagents and things like that, and you see
Mhm.
a bottle that used to have a Sprite in it and now has a dead Sprite in it.
Oh no.
But more importantly, you find a couple of actually useful magic items. And in the interest of time, because I know you have the identify spell and arcana checks, and you have a lot of free time, you can eventually identify these magic items as. I will go ahead and copy and paste this into
Thank you.
the Discord.
'Cause my memory sucks.
That's fine. I'm not going to put it in the conversation I made with Pemberley. I'm going to put it in the public Discord. You find a horn of silent alarm, a potion of
Alright.
gaseous form, and something called a talking doll. And we could talk about what those do later.
No.
Interesting.
You found Teddy Ruxpin.
Horn of silent alarm. I
It
will
kind
need
of
to look those up later.
it kind of does what it sounds like, but anyway, you spend a few minutes sidling through a couple of these labs, trying to get the lay of the lands, and you find this stuff as you go.
I'm
And
also scrounging for food, but
sure,
one thing I want to comment, like the bottle with the dead Sprite. Is a Sprite like a fairy or like a little just magic entity?
yes, it's a fey creature, very much very similar to fairies. But yeah, I should have specified I was not talking about a carbonated beverage.
Fair. But Brando takes a little bit into this on like, this thing was dead. So whatever affected all of us probably doesn't affect dead things. But Wild is injured, so it does affect non-organic entities. Interesting. So there has to be life in something
Yeah,
for it to be transported.
you're scribbling in your notes, and as you're doing that, Penny shouts out because the other two, they're out doing similar things in other parts of the campus, and Penny's like, "Hey, I think somebody is here or was here."
Brando rushes out.
Yeah. You come out into the open, and she points, and in one part of the campus you can see there's a trail of smoke rising into the air, and she would lead you over to it.
Mm-hmm.
And what you would find is there's a basically sunk into the ground quite a bit. You would find what looks like a laboratory, a building that is still mostly intact, but it has actually sunk into a crevasse that has opened underneath it. So this building is now sitting snugly underground, about 40 feet below you. And from the windows of this building, you would see a trail of smoke.
Brando's curious about that. I also wish I spent some time repairing the helicopter. Oh well. Is there a stairway or anything down there?
There is no
To get
obvious
down
way.
there?
Well, make a perception check
Okay, perception.
or investigation if you're better at it. Yeah, we'll go with perception.
Perception.
Okay. I will say, after searching around the edges of this crevasse, you find what looks to be something that has been they've tried to keep hidden, but is pretty hard to hide. There's a length of rope that's been tied down and just let down into the crevasse.
So just a length of rope,
Mhm.
and they're down there.
Yeah, there's a very obvious way to climb down that somebody has set up.
Rather than just climb down there, Brando's kind of not really yelling loud, but kind of going like, "Hey, is anybody down there? We're friendlies."
Your voice echoes off the walls, but you do not hear a response.
Am I able to smell what the smoke is?
It smells like smoke. It smells like a campfire.
Like food smoke, just burning wood,
It
burning metal, plastic.
it smells like burning wood.
Okay, burning wood. So somebody was here, but they're not answering. Um, trying to think. I wish I could just fix the chopper and then fly down there.
I'm gonna say you have probably fixed the chopper by now, because that would have only required a short rest.
Okay. Let's make sure Huelga is here.
Mhm.
All right, you two wait here. I'm going to investigate. And then Brando's also like, stay back a little bit. I don't want this to hurt you. And so he turns on the chopper
Mhm.
and slowly makes a descent, going like, "Hey, we're friendly. We're not going to harm you. Are you okay?"
How far down are you going?
It's 40 feet down.
Yeah.
Hmm. Probably hovering 10 feet above the ground, just in case it's like somebody dangerous.
Above the building? Above like the roof of the building, or
Above the floor of the building, or
are you
sorry,
going?
this building was 40 feet underground.
I would say it's about 40 feet down to the roof of the building.
Mm-hmm.
But the building
Oh.
itself looks to be like 50 feet tall.
Do I want to go down there alone?
As you're just floating out there, Huelga is like, "There is safety in numbers, friend."
Are you sure you want to risk coming down here with me? There's only one way up, and somebody could easily cut that.
Then they would. You bring up a good point.
You guys guard the rope. It'll if anything happens, I can try climbing up.
Party.
Fine, I will risk this. So going all the way down and landing on the roof.
Okay. You land on the roof.
Checking the fire.
Yeah, the smoke. You don't see the smoke. You don't see the fire from the roof. But you can tell that the smoke is coming out of one of the side windows.
Okay. Brando will go. I'm having a hard time visualizing this, but
Sure.
okay, smoke's coming from the windows. The building is 40 feet underground.
Mm-hmm.
Brando tries knocking on top of the roof.
It's a thick roof.
Damn on it.
Dink,
Huh?
dink, dink.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real thick roof.
Okay, no reply. Brando breaks out his gun and
Mhm.
he starts going all commando style. Like, is the only way into the building like from the top or from a window?
I would say around. If you go around the side, you can see that there are a couple of so where the smoke is actually coming from is more like an actually like broken part of the building. Like there's a corner that has been like there's a little cutaway on the corner of the building that the smoke is being allowed to come out of, and that's one of the few openings that you can see. Obviously, you suspect there is doors into this room. Around, if you keep circling around it, you would find, wherever the door was that went into this room, you could find it.
Okay. Then we are going through that door. Brando still has his gun around, but he's
Okay.
like, if you call out who you are, I'm not here to harm you. I'm just trying not to get harmed myself.
Okay. You open the door.
And his backpack's off and
Okay.
compacted and
All right.
everything.
You're like backpack off, open door.
Or backpack, the blades are in or not working, so
Mhm.
however it works.
Okay. So do you go in the room or?
How dark is the room?
Not that dark actually. From the door, you can see that there is there's many light sources in the room. A lot of them in odd colors like green and blue.
Brando kicks open the door, takes a step back.
Okay. You
readies
do
his
so.
gun.
You kick the door open, step back, point your gun at the door.
Anybody there? This is a stick up. I mean, I'm here to save you.
So within the through the door, you would see that this building is it looks to be like a huge deserted space, but it is filled with all kinds of weird arcano tech. There's big, really huge glass containers, still glowing with some inert chemicals that kind of put a dull light into the room. There's bookshelves all along the walls filled with books. And the interior of this lab would indicate that it's either been damaged by whatever devastated the rest of these grounds, or there was some kind of conflict that occurred not too long ago. Maybe in the past few days. And there are chunks of the floor and wall that have fallen further into the crevasse that you saw earlier, where the smoke is coming out of. And among the room that is still holding together, there is bloodstains and other signs of struggle all over this floor.
Maybe I should call for backup. If absolutely needed to, I could carry Penny out. No, I can't put others in danger like that. Also, if any of these jars were to be disturbed, who knows what kind of damage could be done. That's probably what happened to this place.
Well, while Brando has a existential breakdown, I ask the rest of the group how we're feeling on time.
Good.
Yeah.
So Matt's good, Allie's good.
I mean, Taylor has to be up at like 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Okay. I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to duck out, because we've done your guys' part tonight. We might not get to Cyrus today.
That's okay. I got to talk.
Okay.
Cyrus needs to sleep, like in the game, so that he can actually be useful in the game.
Okay. We will continue. If anybody wants to duck out, I would not begrudge you.
Okay.
All right, Brando, what's the move?
Still wandering in and his curiosity will get the best of him, and he'll continue wandering in, but being very protective and listening with his ears to anything that might be around. So he continues onwards to investigate.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Great. Great. Something probably saw me.
I would like you to make a perception check.
Making a perception check. Where is it? There it is. Not good.
Not
Oh,
good at
good
all. So a 10 is definitely not a 28. As you're standing there pointing your gun at the door and deciding whether to go in or not, you do not hear the footsteps behind you. And
Good.
pretty quickly, there is one hand on your shoulder and a sharp blade at your throat.
Good.
And you hear a voice say, "I would hate to contribute to the bloodstains, so kindly stand down and drop that weapon.
Brando does as asked.
Tell me why you are here."
To find safety and allies. And also to find out what happened here.
What happened here is none of your business. And as he is saying this in your ear, you hear footsteps coming from in the room. And rounding the corner and looking at you from the outside, you see two concerned faces looking back at you. One is a red-haired dwarven woman, looks like this, and the other
I've seen her before.
And the other is has all of the trappings of a lard boy. This is an orcish graduate of the cooking academy. You see the two of them come around the corner and see what's going on here, and the dwarven the dwarven woman says, "Oh, come on. He's clearly lost, just like the last people that came through." And
Lost. You know what? I'm lost enough. Yes.
the orc's like, "Yeah, I don't think they're here for us, BP." And the voice that's holding a dagger to your throat says, "You two are entirely too trusting of outsiders. He could be anyone."
Brenda's also like, "Oh, a lard boy. Hey, we have a chef."
Yeah, that's me. Graduated, well, not top of my class, but I'm up there.
You know what?
I sure graduated.
The competition was stiff.
It's good to see familiar, well, not familiar, but it's good to see dwarves and orcs about. I don't know what or who is behind me, but I come in peace.
Yeah, the orc says the orc says to the person behind you, sorry, resetting my brain. He says, "Yeah, the halfling could be anyone, could be a shady figure, but the same could be said about you, you dodgy feline." And and after a second, the dagger is removed, and the person shoves you away from him.
Brando catches himself and looks around to see who had a dagger at his throat.
You turn around to look at your assailant. What you see is a rather well-dressed tabaxi, that is to say a cat person, with snow white fur.
Oh,
I don't-
love this art for them.
Even though you have held the dagger to my throat, I can say that for you to get the jump on me like that, we could use somebody like you in times like these.
I am not here looking for friends.
What are you looking for?
None of your concern. And the dwarf is like, "Don't mind him."
Brando is rubbing his throat, going like, "That was a close one, but I'm glad I came alone."
Anyway, the dwarf would be like, so what do they call you wherever you come from?"
I am Brando Skyfire, and I came here with 2 others.
Well, tell them they can come down. It's fine.
All
I'm
right.
I'm Cerise. She points at the
Brando extends his hand.
yeah. She shakes her hand. She says, "I'm Cerise." She points at the orc. She goes, "That's Drudagar." And
Nice
that
to meet you, Drudagar.
and that shady fuck behind you is Blank Pages. And the tabaxi corrects her, says, "Acting male director, Blank Pages."
Drudagar, and what was the last one?
Cerise. I think we're gonna call it there.
Okay. Cerise, Drudagar, and
And acting male director, Blank Pages.
acting director blank pages. Okay.
Chris, I'm so happy.
This
This session was specifically full of bullshit I made up. And I'm so happy.
Yeah. This was full of metagame references. This was full of things that were like a player or character who is not present would be losing their mind right now. Matt, this might be
I
a
do
big
not know
ask,
these
but
characters, so.
but did you pick up on that one at all?
Well, not quite. No.
No. Okay.
Look at the name that Todd typed in the text or in the chat.
No. Hang on.
Huh?
Nope. Cerise Drudagar? Nah.
Oh,
Motherfucker!
Yep.
Mayo.
Piece of shit.
I totally read that wrong.
Yep.
Or-
Blank pages. Blank pages.
Does that ring a bell?
Yes, it does.
Alephos.
I remember him. Blank pages. Son of a bitch.
Yep. Anyway, that's our show, everybody.
Oh.
I'm
I'm so
looking
happy.
forward to interacting with these
Yay.
characters.
Was Drudagar? Drudagar was not the chef that was like that lost his leg, right?
That is the yeah. You
That
would
is Drudagar. Okay.
yeah. If I mean Brando wouldn't know to look for it, but Drudagar has a stitch that goes all the way around his ankle.
Right.
Dang.
He was friends with Garrett's character.
No.
Jay's character.
Jay's character was also a lard boy named Gormando who worked at the institute.
I'm glad I chose to go to the. I'm glad you mentioned it because we would have just gone straight to Fairbrook and not checked this place out.
Yeah. All right, everybody say goodnight to Twitch, and then we're gonna unpack all the fucking shit that just happened.
God, Twitch.